us, I mean, obviously recruiting starts, you got to be a year in advance, year and a half, and so this spring, this February, this March, April, all the way through, we'll have guys unofficially on campus, and to come up and visit, we'll build relationships. So by the time the season starts, they love it. They'll want to commit, and then it's a matter of holding on until you get to December. So I think it's great. I mean, that way in January you're actually moving on to the next class.
You mentioned also tight end obviously was a big need. How do you expect to address that, and will you have to bring in 2, maybe even 3 guys?
Yeah, we definitely need, I would think, at least 2 to bring in this class. We're looking at roster, we'll be able to move some guys around too that are already on the team that will fit in that role and that need there at tight end. We've done that in the past, but we definitely need to go sign at least 2 tight ends as we head through that. And offensive line is going to be a big need for us as well. So as you look through February signing period, you're going to see hopefully 2, 3 offensive linemen and two tight ends as we head through February.
There was some blowback after some of the scholarship offers were revoked, and some very critical comments from some of their coaches. As you're making the decision, how do you evaluate the collateral damage of such a move, and can those relationships be repaired?
Well, I hope so. We're a brand new staff that just got in here, and so they were committed to an old staff that was here, and so when you hire a new staff, you're going to do things differently. You're going to have a different offense, like schematically, our defense is totally different, and so which is going to be a good thing, and so we got to find guys that fit that scheme, no matter what it is, offense, defense, or kicking game. And you're doing a disservice to those players if you bring them in here that don't fit the scheme. And so, for us, I would rather take a little bit of a hit initially on that, and not hurt that player. Go somewhere that you can fit, that you fit their scheme a little bit better, and you're going to be able to play earlier and all those things. And then we can get guys that fit what we want. It's very unfortunate. I mean, I hate it. I hate it for the guys. If this, they had their heart set and all that for however how long they were committed. But we got to do what's right for our team here moving forward, and hopefully those guys will find a place to go. We did it early enough. It's not like we did it, yesterday and drop them right off that. And we're trying to give them an opportunity to be able to have all the way till February to find somewhere to go. That's an unfortunate part of it, and but I think you do a disservice if you continue to bring someone in that you don't think fits what you're doing.
How big a pool of players will still be out there for the later signing period?
I don't know. We'll find out this afternoon. I would guesstimate that probably 70-75% will sign right now. That's what I would guess. So you're probably looking at 25 to 30% of the guys that will be unsigned as we head into the January period of recruiting. But we'll find out tonight, and the next few days. As this period lasts, I think Wednesday to Friday. So we'll know by Friday what we need to do when we come off a break.
How much
are you concerned with the number that's today? Would you like to have more? And is there a way of correcting that days, weeks, months, even years, so that you don't want every 4 years to have consequences? Yeah, recruiting that.
Yeah. No, I would like to sign everybody right now. That's what we'd like to do, but obviously it's not reality. So I feel very certain that we'll be able to sign the class out as we head through January into February. If you come up with short of a couple, 1, 2 guys, that's going to be fine too. There'll be other guys that could possibly be available at the end of the spring semester. That's happened before where guys go through spring practice, maybe they're getting unhappy or whatever, and now they're looking to find somewhere to go. We'll have room, if that ends up happening. So, and again, if we don't find the right ones, we're not going to take them. I mean, so we'll wait a little bit longer to get the right ones in here. So I think we'll be patient with that. We try to limit mistakes.
You've had about 6 weeks, give or take, until the final signing period. How much will a junior college transfer type thing be an issue? Are there guys out there that talk specifically to fill short-term needs? And just in terms of the sales pitch, the instant playing time, how much is that a factor?
Yeah, we'll utilize that for sure. Junior college is not out of the question, to say the least. We do have some needs, and if we find one, 2 guys that maybe come in and help us right now, we'll certainly do that, and we'll certainly sell the fact that you mentioned tight end. That's a position that we have an immediate need, and if you want to play right away, you got an opportunity right here. That's a big selling point, I think, because most guys want to play. So we'll sell the fact of that, and I think offensive line as well. You know, you have an opportunity to come in and at least be maybe in the two deep and right off the bat and have an opportunity to play as well there. So we'll certainly sell the opportunity to play, and then we're looking for players anywhere and everywhere that can come in and fit what we want.
When you made that initial contact with Aiden Robbins and started those local recruiting ties, talking with high school coaches, what did you hear from Robbins and what did you hear from those coaches about what needs to be done here locally?
Well, I think, you know, Robbins was just interested if we wanted him, you know, and certainly we did. He fits what we want, and we like the big running back, and you know, and the fact that he's smart and great character and all that, so he fit great. And so yeah, just going to the local high schools and talking to them, they were pumped and excited that I was actually in the schools and there, and you know, and that's good. We want to have that relationship with these local high schools. There's a lot of good talent here. I would love for it to stay at home, you know, so we want to be able to keep some of that talent here. We'll also do some things in spring practice where these high school coaches will be able to come out and watch practice, and we'll do some clinics and that type of thing where they're able to talk ball. So, you know, we want to have a great relationship with some of the high schools right around the area right here. We know they can help our program, and so I hate to see the fact of a player of great talent have to go off someplace somewhere else when he can stay right here at home and play for us. So we want to continue this relationship with these guys.
Did they seem receptive, or do you think there's some repair work that needs to be done there?
No, they were very receptive. I think they get it. I think the fact I haven't been here. It's the first time I've been here. You know, it's not my fault what happened in the past. You know, so we're here and we're saying that we're opening our arms to you guys, that to come see us. We're going to come see you. We're going to recruit you guys. So yeah, they were very receptive. I mean, you know, secretaries and other teachers were glad to, you know, when I'm walking in the building, they were glad to see it. And I think it's only going to be positive. I think that the kind of relationship that we'll continue to build with the high school coaches.
Scott, you mentioned the offensive line is going to be key to close up this 2019 class. You have one in Williamson.
Yeah.
When you guys were evaluating him, what stood out as far as his ability to make an impact?
Well, I think number one, he's got great length. You know, he's 6'6", good wingspan. I think he's very intelligent. I think those two things in itself will help him continue to get better. But he also has a good size. I mean, he's 300 pounds. He's not overweight. He looks good. His body looks good, and he can move. You know, I think so. What we're trying to find, and particularly in tackles, is length. We want to have some length. We want to have guys that have good, that be able to move. I mean, that's the bottom line. You know, we're going to be a zone team, and our guys got to be able to run and capture defensive ends and linebackers, and I think he can certainly do that. Is watching his film. He's also a physical player, and so we obviously want to be physical up front. You know, for us, we want to really bolster our offensive line, defensive line. We want to be able to be strong in the trenches. You know, we feel like that's going to help us win championships, and you know, he's going to be a big piece of that. Yeah. So we do have some of our coaches that are here that you guys can talk to. Stu Holt is tight ends and special teams coordinator, so he's here in the building. We have Dwayne Ledford, who is offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, and so he'll talk about the offensive line. Who else? We got Frank Ponce, quarterback coach, that's here. Obviously talk about Evan. Shadon Brown, safeties coach, is here, and then the defensive coordinator Brian Brown will be coaching the corners. He's here as well, so you guys feel free to contact any of these guys. Yeah. Well, Coach Holt has been with me, how many, 4 years? 4 years at App State. He's done our special teams, done an outstanding job with our special teams. Just this past season, we're top 10 in a lot of categories in special teams: block kicks, return touchdowns. We spend a lot of time on special teams. I really believe in all three phases. He's done a great job with that. He coached our running backs there at App State last year too. Did an outstanding job with our running backs. We got some great backs there. 417 carries coach last year. Did not put the ball on the ground one time there at App State, which is remarkable. Dwayne Ledford was with me at App State for 4 years. He kind of helped the turnaround there when I first became the head coach. We started out 5-12, and then all of a sudden we started winning a lot of football games. 11-2 the year he ended up leaving to go to NC State. Run game coordinator there at NC State. His offensive line, one of the best in the ACC. His center won the Remington last year, best center in the country. He'll have several of his players drafted. I think 2 of them are rated first-round draft picks this year, and that's just pure development. What he's done. He's a great developer of the offensive line. So obviously great to have him here. Frank Ponce has been with me at App, coaching the quarterbacks. 4-year starter in Taylor Lamb, threw 90 touchdown passes, broke the Sun Belt record with that, with the team that also can run the football. Great developer of quarterbacks. So Zach Thomas was a first-year starter this past year and was MVP of the Sun Belt. So he's done an outstanding job with the quarterbacks and also the pass game. Brian Brown's been with me shoot, 7 years, Coach, right? Yeah, 7 years, and has worked his way up. One of the great young rising coaches, has a great relationship with his players, a great rapport. They're going to love playing defense for him and his staff, and you know, and all these guys, by the way, great men. Number one, great families. You know, obviously that's what we want to surround our staff with, and continue that with them. We have to filter that through to our players. And Shadon Brown, who I've known for a while now as well, was at Colorado. I think passing game coordinator at Colorado, works with the safeties. Does an outstanding job in recruiting and building relationships with players. The one thing that I want to do with all our staff is to have guys that build relationship with these players. We all have families, we have kids. We want to treat these guys just like they're our kids and our own. That's the kind of culture we're creating here. I know it works. We've seen it firsthand. So you guys will do a great job of getting to know these guys. They're outstanding people, men. Thank you, guys.